Which is better for your game, driver or 3-wood? Today we are going to find out. So a lot of golfers watching this probably have a 3-wood in their bag as a replacement for driver. But my friends at ShotScope have sent me some data, and it's been collated amongst thousands of golfers to say that actually driver is working better than 3-wood or thereabouts. So we're going to put it to the test today. Come down to the Duke's golf course. I'm going to play holes 5, 6 and 9, which are pretty tough driving holes, and we're going to see how I score. I'm also going to do a little fairway test. How many fairways can I hit with either of them? I'm going to put them head to head to see whether actually putting a driver in your bag and learning to hit it is better than actually just relying on the 3-wood, because you'll lose yardage. And is the fairway percentage better, and do you actually score any better when you do put the 3-wood in? So let's get started. So the first hole is the 5th, which is going to be a par 4, 367 yards. There are some bunkers on this one, just so we know as well. Titleist 4 is going to be a driver, Titleist 2 is going to be the 3-wood. But like I say, we get the 3-wood in the bag probably as an anticipation of hitting it straight, finding the fairway, but is that going to be the case? This hole here, it's got a couple of bunkers, one at 170, one at 253, one at 277, one at 278, one at 290 and one at 320 before we actually get up to the green. So it's quite laden with bunkers. It's a fairly wide open fairway, I would say. So I should find it with driver, and 3-wood, you know, theoretically we should find it, but we'll go. I'm hoping that I can play well, score well, hit them just as well. But it'll be interesting to see, because I think me personally, and comment down below if this is you as well, or how yours works. My 3-wood, I hardly ever get it out of my bag. I mean, if I'm really not driving it well, I'd probably go to my hybrid or even a 4-iron. So it's interesting that this club, it almost could be a wasted space, but let's see how we go. We're going to hit driver first. I've been driving it quite nicely. I'm confident with this one. That bunker up at 278 on the left, and there's one at the right. I should just get up to those today. It's wind into and it is cold, so potentially that would be the only risk with this driver. Ooh, not the shape I wanted. It's cutting down the right, and that could be a problem straight off. We might have actually hit it into the gorse and potentially lost the ball here. So is this 3-wood actually going to be better? Interesting start. And that's cutting just right of the left-hand trap. It looks, it's well up near it, just past it, it looks. And it looks like a fairway found, so that is 1-0 straight away to the driver. Let's get down there and see how we go. Comment down below, which do you think I'm going to score better with? Right, it went in somewhere on the edge here. Shame it's not spat out of the bunker. Oh, I think I can see it. Oh, is it there? Is that actually it?
It's a ball.
Oh, interesting. That's it as well. How mad? You can just see across there, he's just off the fairway, so actually is a both fairways not hit, but actually the 3-wood's gone a little bit further. I did shaft that driver, so interesting little start there. On the angle there, we've got 134 from the driver, and I've actually only got 123 from the 3-wood, and it's a yard into the rough, but it's actually a better angle. So I know the fairway's not hit, but felt like a bit more control. Obviously hindsight as well, I was able to choose my line a bit better. Right, so we're going to go driver first. I've got 9-iron, it's 134, winds a little into off the left. So I'm going to just play left of the flag and see if we can get it up on there. A little bit skewed with my view. I can see the flag, but I can't see the green. But I think with that 3-wood, I'm going to be in a better slot. Struck it, wind's not moved it. It's on the green. I think I might need another 9-iron for how far my putt's going to be, but we're up there. We are up there. Pitching wedge from here, literally, like I say, a yard off the fairway. So I would say a better result for the 3-wood, but still no fairways hit. Getting close to the stick. That's definitely better, and that just by being in the right spot on the fairway has opened up the green for me. I can see all of the green, as where the other one I was guessing a little bit. So I would say 1-0 to 3-wood, but no fairways hit. And it's all about score at the end of the day. Go on then, get down that little hill. Oh, just a bit shy, slightly toey. And that's a 4. Felt a little bit like I was going to make a big number, but got away with it. Oh, just a little bit up the hill there, I think, at the end. So, 2 pars. The scores are tied. No fairways hit, but scores are tied. On to the next. So a few stats on driver versus 3-wood. The average distance for a driver for a 5 handicapper is 240, for a 10 handicapper is 228, 15 handicapper is 214. Now for a 3-wood, same handicaps, we go 204, 195 and 180. So there's quite a drop in distance there. If you think for a 5 handicapper, you're looking at 36 yards. So that's 3 clubs generally that you would maybe see that you would be going in with. Depends on how you strike it, obviously. In terms of fairways hit as well, we see that a 5 handicapper with a driver would be 49% versus 51% with a 3-wood, so 2%. Not a massive amount. 10 handicapper, similar story, 48% for the driver, 50 for the 3-wood. And for a 15 handicapper, it's actually 48% driver, 47 3-wood. So actually very, very close knit, but it's for me that big that gap that we're seeing in the distances, which is a big thing. So interesting there that they only just missed the fairway on the last, but the 6-hole here is a beautiful one. It's tight. It's probably one where you would maybe grab the 3-wood out thinking I'm going to hit it straighter, but it's actually 567 yards as well. So losing 30 yards off those distances becomes even longer as well. But let's see how we fare with both. Going to go for the 3-wood on this one firstly. And that is slap bang down the middle. Perfect. Doesn't feel like it's gone as far as I'm going to hit this driver, hopefully. Right, same shot. Nothing crazy. Let's see what the driver has to say. Pretty much identical. That'll be interesting there because they've pretty much pitched on the same line. It will be interesting now to see what I said about that 30 yards, how much further or how close together those are, because they're on the same line. Let's see if that affects my score. Okay, so we've got the 3-wood here, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Can actually see where it's pitched. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've got my driver in the fairway as well. So pretty identical, but you know, 1 club's difference. We're here, we're 280 yards away, so I can't get the green. So I'm actually just going to lay up with a hybrid up to the right. But interesting there. It's good to see that I've hit them both well. I would probably say struck the 3-wood a little bit better than I did the driver. And they've pretty much, not neck and neck, you know, it's enough to be a 1 club difference that. So if it was, you know, a par 4 where I only had 150, I'd be going in with an 8-iron here and a 9-iron there, which means it would be easier with my 9-iron. But on this par 5, not much difference, but interesting. That should be A1 now. Yep. Centre of the fairway. We'll take that one. Identical line. Yep, and down there. Two well played shots so far. Okay, so up, and the gap has now narrowed. It's only 5 paces. So we've clawed 7 back with the 3-wood hybrid, pretty much the same pitch that we're facing here. You know what, I caught that toey, that's more me than anything, just a little bit uncommitted. but we've got a birdie putt. It's just on the fringe. Let's see if this can do any better. A little bit different from this position, almost straight into it. Oh, that had some nice little check. A tiny bit more aggressive, and we've got probably 2/3 of the distance than the original one. About 15 foot here, just on that fringe grass. I just knew that was just going to slide by the hole. I just knew it. That's a par. Can we better with driver? Right. Slick little rascal. One under with the driver now. I would say the real difference there was the pitch, but you could argue I was closer, 6 yards closer, 5 yards closer with the driver one because of how further I'd hit it with the driver. So that made it a little bit easier, but play a better pitch, who knows. On to the next. So we're going to do a little test now. Fairways hit. We're going to hit 3 with the driver and 3 with the 3-wood here on the 7th hole to see just how many we get on the fairway, and also got the GC3 set up just to see what the distance carry number is looking like when we do actually hit them here, obviously without a scoring aspect in mind. Let's go driver first. We'll alternate between each shot as well as we do this. Right, little bunker at 295 down the right, but gorgeous hole this one. See, I lose that shot. I lose it. It's gone right. That's not a fairway found. 279 carry, was a little bit necky and phew, so 0 out of 1 with the driver to start off. Right, 3-wood. See, that's very much the same shot, but moving nowhere near as much. It's going to be left of the trap, and it is a fairway found. Distance-wise, though, whew, that's dropped because I've necked it here, and it's gone down to 243 yards, so 36 yards. The one that I've hit up on the right might be gorsey, but it might be okay. So it would depend, obviously, what would happen when it was down there. That is straight down the middle. Still in the air. Fairway found. Carry. Come children. We'll take that carry number. Rascal. That one has carried out to 299 yards. Right, let's see if we can get another 3-wood out there. It's down, well, is he going to hit the fairway there? It's left edge. No, it's in the semi. It's in the semi rough. Didn't quite get it. 247 this time, so you know, you think of that 299 versus 247. It's like 3 or 4 clubs difference. Turning a little bit towards where that one with the 3-wood was. Again, semi rough. They're not dead, which is good. That one's gone 297. Let's see if the fairway wood, the 3-wood, can nick it. And that is where the first one is, just left of the trap. A much better strike. And it's pretty identical though. 250. So in that little test, the 3-wood has nicked it. We've got 2 on the fairway, 1 in the semi. We have got one substantially longer, 299, with that one on the fairway, and the other 2 just missing the fairway. So they're not too detrimental, but that's a fairway finder, but also a distance loser. Big gaps that. 300 to 2 drivers nearly, and 250. It's a lot of clubs to be going in with when we go in. Let's get back to see how I get on with my scoring. So the final hole of our test is the 9th hole here on the Duke's golf course. Gorgeous one going up the hill and sweeping up to the right. There's a bunker at 222 down on the left. A bunker out at 286. A driver could be an issue there. The 3-wood should get sort of in prime position, but I can also work the driver a little bit left to right and make it fit on this hole. 1 all on fairways hit, but also 1 better on score with the driver. I've done exactly that. It's heading towards the trap. I don't think it will get there. Nope, fairway found, it looks like, from this angle. Interesting. So, bit of pressure on the 3 wiggler. This I can just give an all-out smash to pretty much the same line. It's just turning left to that short trap. Get down. Nope, it's fairway. Fairway. So, 2-2 for fairways. Let's see how the scores end up. Right, we've got 158 with the 3 wood, and then my driver's up here, maybe 10 paces on, a bit better on the angle, so I would imagine that'll be a little bit shorter. 158 up the hill into the wind. That's actually playing close to 170, so I'm going to hit a little 7-iron just up the right side of the green here. Fantastic hole, this one. Oh, I've leaked that right. That's in between the 2 bunkers. It's actually kicked back towards the green, but that was a bad shot. And that's again interesting because I'm probably going to go in with like a club or 2 less here, so it's less stress. Should be easier to do it, but we'll see if that's actually the truth. Yeah, 10 yards short to 145, that one. Back's 153. I can hit an 8-iron here. So I'm going in with a club less straight away. Makes it a little bit easier. The line's a little bit more difficult because it's ball above my feet. Hopefully it's a straighter look at the green as well though, so I know I'm just a nice one of these. That is all over the stick. Be the right number. It's on the green, didn't quite get there. Uphill off there, it's probably taken a bit more than I wanted off it, but a little bit of work to do. Let's see what we get. Just a little pitch up onto the green and let it simmer down. Left a bit of work with that pitch. It was probably the best pitch I've actually struck in about 14 years. It was on a tight line, absolutely zipped it, but that falls back to that shot in. 1 club more all of a sudden becomes a harder task, as where 1 club less, looking on a better angle. Now it becomes a lot easier. I've got this for another birdie, outside the range you would think, but it should hopefully be a comfortable 2-putt, as where I'm struggling for par with the other. He says it's outside the range. Oh, right in line, right in line. Let's see how we go with this little 3 wood. Oh, literally dove right over the edge of the hole, that. Right over the edge, it's a bogey. That longer club made it harder work. So to summarise then, I finished 1 under with my driver, I finished 1 over with the 3 wood, and I do think those percentages being so close together, you don't really see that much difference between them when you're out on the golf course. I think the big one is that distance gap. If you've got the 3 wood and you're relying on it to get into the fairway because you're worried about a driver, I think the big takeaway would be going to work on your driver, you know, getting a lesson on it, or maybe getting a little bit more of a lofted driver, a 12-13 degree one, which would almost be like a 2 wood, but you get the advantage of a bigger head, more forgiveness, and the longer shaft, which hopefully would get that extra distance. Because prime example of that last hole, I've gone in with 1 club more, just leaked it, and all of a sudden it's resulted in a bogey. So interesting one. The stats seem to prove that driver's actually coming out top, and it did there today for me.